Anyone is able to tell me what is meant by missing data?
Missing value means having 9 values, NaN, or sometimes
Yes.
they had filled not in SQL where data
Mm-hmm.
schema is large. We
Mm-hmm.
can't have some specific values can
Mm-hmm.
be entered in database. In the
Yes.
place of that, we write NaN. That indicates missing value.
Yes, good.
It could be
Okay. So observe some form. Okay. Always remember, if I have a one form, student form. Okay. This is my any student form I'm going to show you here. So in student form, some fields are middle name is not necessary. So I make it as a non-asterisk. So you know this, whenever there is asterisk symbol, it means that the field are compulsory fields. Yes. So I have not given the middle name as asterisk. So it represents that sometimes some of the people will not fill up these details. Yes. So these details will be blank. So as when we click on this submit button, you know this, whenever we submit this data, it will be actually it will be stored in the database in a particular table. Yes. So whenever some fields are blank, so that time that they are stored with NA. NA means what, students? What is my NA?
not a value.
Yes, not a value. So we can see this how to. So we have to first create a. We have to deal with the missing data. Okay. Next we have to deal with the categorical data, and we have also have to split data. Split a data into training and testing. Okay, that is my third option for pre-processing. As well as there is a scaling of a data. So these all things come under data pre-processing. If somebody asks you the steps of data pre-processing, so these are the steps. So missing data means we have a data which are NA, means those are not in the data sheet. Okay. So what we have to do? We have to perform some operation because we need a data to analyze. Yes. So data pre-processing is very important for the data science. Okay. Whenever we need to analyze the data, we need to convert missing data into particular useful information. Okay. For this, we are using dealing with missing data. Next, categorical data. So anyone wants to tell me what is meant by categorical?
Ma'am, categorical data is the data which we have, like ABC. ABC is a category, or apple and orange. This is category.
Huh. So categorical data means which is a non-integer data, that is 0, 1. These are integer value. Categorical means that we are
Object
writing the
type.
name. Instead of writing the numbers, we are giving the names. Exactly like department name. So I am writing there comp, IT, MEC, ENTC. So these are the variable. Those are not numeric. They are categorical. Okay. So for a comp, I have to replace this comp with 1, IT with 2, MEC with 3. So I have to replace a categorical data with numerical data. Okay. For this, it is very important. Okay. So that is my second option, that is a categorical data. So I need to convert the categorical data into numerical data. So why we need this? Because to analyze data, we need that data into numerical form. We are not able to analyze the data which is in a categorical. Means that if my data is department name, so if my city name, so city name is Pune, Delhi, Kolkata, okay, Sangli. So these cities we have to replace with the numbers. So it is a second operation is I need to convert a categorical data into numerical data. Okay. Third option is I need to split the data into training and testing phase. So what exactly mean by that? I have 1,000 cells, 1,000 I have rows. So I have to use some particular part for the purpose of training and some part for the testing. Why we need this? So first, whenever we are performing data analysis, I have to test the data on, I have to train the data first. Okay. and the results we store in some particular, we can say H5 or something. Yeah, if you learn other algorithms you observe, we can store in the some file, and then we are performing the testing on the same data. Okay, so for that I have to divide, because you observe that if I train the data on 1000 rows, and again I test on the 1000 rows, then our model will be giving 100% result. So we don't want that. ओके, समजतंय का? म्हणजे काय, माझ्याकडे 100 रोजचा डेटा आहे, मी ट्रेन केला. ट्रेन म्हणजे काय करतो आपण? सो वी आर ट्रेनिंग मीन्स व्हॉट? ट्रेनिंग म्हणजे असं असतं की लॉजिकली I have to perform some, I have to implement model on the training data. The model will be generating some, this model means we can use a decision tree, we can use naive Bayes classifier, we can use CNN. So this classifier are working on the training data. They are generating some model. Now this model we have to validate. My model is giving correct result or not, it is giving correct accuracy or not. Okay, to check that the model is giving correct accuracy or not, so what we have to do, we have to think about, I have to use some other data for the testing to validate my model. Okay, म्हणजे काय की माझं मॉडेल जे तयार झालंय ते मी दुसऱ्या डेटा बरोबर इम्प्लिमेंट करणार. Okay, I am not going to use the same data to validate. So what I am doing, I am performing training on some data and I am validating my model with some other data. Okay, so how to decide which data is I am considering for the training, or which data I am considering from the testing? So remember this, I have to consider 80% or 70% I can mention, and 30% or 20% remaining for the testing, which we can say for a validation. Okay,
Ma'am,
bolo.
ma'am,
Hmm?
in some cases, some data scientists use validation set. What is
Which one?
validation
Which
set?
one? Which one?
Validation set.
So,
Validation set.
so don't confuse with the words. We are dividing. We are writing only split. We can give any name to that: testing or validation.
And then why then we are splitting 80 to 20%? We can split 98 2%.
Yes, yes, you can convert anything, but to get a correct, accurate results, we have to give a specific. If you give 98% for a training and you only use a 20%, so how you are able to
2%.
measure your quality and accuracy of your model? Okay, for
Considering
that
ma'am
you
data
can
set,
select seeds, means it is called as a seeds. So you can
ma'am,
select at least 20%.
considering ma'am data set size is 20,000 million. So in that case, 2% is also the very large.
But training field is also large in that case.
We are
If it
generalizing
is
the error.
90,000 data, so training is also your 80,000 something. So
So
obviously you
20,000
have to
would
consider
be
that for a
code man. 20,000 data set would be code. Or in some cases, image application type.
which applications?
Image application.
No, no. You always read from any books. You observe that we have to divide the data set. It is upon the programmer. You can write the 2% also. This is our program. But the logical way, the result if you check, validate. So always remember, you have to divide it into a correct form. You can also write a 60-40 like this. You
And
can write
popular
98-2.
uh,
But to have the correct measurement, you can use 20% or 30%. So as a researcher or programmers, mostly use this kind of a testing data set. Okay.
yes, ma'am. Some researchers had mentioned in their paper that they had split into 98 2.
Yes, but that is depends on a researcher. If they want, they can change that. But we can say that most of the papers or researchers use this measurement 80 to 20%. Okay. This is upon the programmer, because we are mentioning the size in the bracket that we need a 20% to split. We need a 30% split like this. Okay, the last one is the scaling of a data. What exactly mean by the scaling of a data? Means as we are dealing with age. So my age is going to start from, if I am trying to apply for a particular license, my age starts from 18 and it will end up to 50 or 60. So that time we observe that this age is start from 80 to 60. If we give the salary, salary will start from 10,000. If my company gives basic salary starting from 10,000, my salary is at from 10,000. So it will be from 1 lakh or 1 lakh something. So that time the ranges of both the things are different. Okay, so age range is different. It is start from one can we can say 0 to 100. Here it can start from 10,000 to 1 lakh. So the ranges of all both the data is different. So that time we need to scale up or scale down data. So that is my fourth part of the data preprocessing. So we can begin with the data preprocessing. So I'm going to discuss with the data first. One minute, it is in the file. कहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है data dot txt. So see this. This is my data. I how to create this data set? I have to open Excel file and write a data what we want. Okay, and save that file with a .csv. So I have created this data. Okay. So hope you are able to see. So I have created this data set where I have a nation, purchased item, age and salary. So you observe this, these two fields are blank fields. These two fields are blank fields. Okay. So these we have written names of nations, purchase items, age and a salary. So this is my data set which I prepare to show you the results. Now I wanted to start R programming. So first I wanted to read a CSV. So I have to read a CSV data set is equals to read dot CSV into bracket I have to write the name of file. So my file name is a dataset dot CSV. Oh, 1 minute. What I did 1 minute. I think I did a mistake. I have not given a single quote here. Dataset read CSV not found. Which name I have given data.csv. Sorry, 1 minute. So is it okay? Now I am able to see the result. Data set. So hope you understand this. Now the blank fields are written as NA when I store into data set. Okay. Now we can check the data type of a data set. So it is a data frame. So by default, whenever we read a CSV file, that will be stored in the data frame. Okay, and we're able to see the data and the blank spaces is stored with the NA. So now I need to convert that NA into some particular value. Okay, so that value we have to decide which value we need to store. Okay, so first so what we have to do? We have to replace this NA with a particular value. So how to access a particular cell? For this I have to write a data set and then dollar as a variable name and which column I need to access. I am going to access age column is equals to I have to check for the condition. If condition is true, then I have to replace. Okay. So which condition I have to check? I have to check for NA. Okay. So if else, okay, I have to write is dot NA. NA is for our NA value. I have to change that. So data set dot dollar age. Instead of dot here, I have to use a dollar. Okay, which represents the column name within my file. So AVE average of the I have to decide the average. Next data set of dollar age. Okay, and then I have to write a function which perform this operation. So fun then is equals to function name. Okay, So function is taking value and then converting that value to mean of all the data. X means here reference to age, okay, comma na dot rm. Whenever this value is true, then I have to replace this value. तू बाकीचं करून ये ना, नंतर ये ना. हॅलो, 1 minute, students. Hello. So say, so I have to replace this true. I have to replace this true with, okay, with that it is a true. Then I have to replace that. Okay. So data set and tolerance. Okay, so now if I check the data set, you are able to observe this. It is replaced with some particular value. So this value is the mean of all my ages. This value is the mean. So this value is NA is replaced with the mean value of these ages. Okay. Now same thing I have to work with the salary. So I replace the same thing with the salary. बापरे, काय रे, तू सगळं झालं की आहे ना मग माझ्याकडे. हा सगळ्यांचीच आहे, मी आहे भरपूर वेळ. ओके, so I have to replace this salary. So I am changing only words, so it will get same thing because I am performing the same operation with the salary, because salary is also we need to convert any value into. So now we can check the data set. We observe this, all these values are replaced with our mean values. So, but we observe this, we are getting this 35, 23 and 28 because it is a mean value of all the numbers. So it can be a float. So is it okay we have to work with the float values or we need to convert it? So if we want to convert it, so we have to use a numeric. Okay. So that is a data set. Okay. And I have to replace this age. Okay. I have to replace this age into, I have to round the age. Okay, means whatever 35, 28, 35, 71, I have to round the values to a particular. Okay, so I am going to change that as numeric. Okay, this will be giving me the format. Okay, which format I wanted to use? I wanted to cell or round. So I am going to round this, round data set of age, comma 0. So I can give the scales. If I give 2, okay, so it will round to 2. So hope 1 column. So now data set, we can check this data set. You observe this. I have scaled that to 2 values. 2 means what? It is showing me the last 2 after 2. Okay, means after dot we can see these 2 digits. So now if I wanted to convert to 0, so same thing I can use here 0 and then I can write this. So now if I check the data set, you observe this, it is replaced with the value. So we have rounded the values and we get this value because it is a 2857. So 28 is a smaller with 5, so it get round. So we are getting only 35. Okay. So now data is 35 over here. So hope you understand this. All of you students, hope you understand this.
Ma'am,
Hmm?
if missing values are very less, then we can omit it or we can delete it.
Okay, we can omit it, but I have to show you how to replace that.
Can you repeat that function again?
Which function? This one?
Replacing, yes.
Yes, yes. This function is like this. So this is my data set of age, means my column name, if else I am using. Okay. So is NA, if data set is having NA values. So this NA value I have to check if I get the NA value. So what function I am performing? So I am getting, so first of all see here, okay, function and x is now the data which I am passing. So x is now data means 23, 25, 50, 45 like this. So I am checking the minimum value of this. Okay, so I am checking the minimum value. If it is true, then I am replacing that with the average of all the values. So 23, 25, all the things I have calculated and replaced with the average, or I am replacing with the mean values. Okay, so that way age is replaced with mean value and we are getting this 35, 28 results. एकच मिनिट
Yes.
थांबा. Hello. So AVE, we are able to observe this method is calculating this. AVE is calculates the average of the column which passes an argument. Okay, so it will calculate the average of the pass arguments. Hello, I'm audible, students. आवाज येतोय का आता just?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so okay, we can continue. Now next thing is we are dealing with missing values. We finished. Okay, now next what we have to do? We have to convert our data into numerical data. Okay, so in data set, which fields are non-numeric fields? So we observe this: India, Russia, China. These fields are non-numeric. Okay, or we can say these fields are a categorical. So categorical variable represents what? It represents the type of a data which may be divided into groups. Okay, so we can consider the India, Russia are the categorical data. So we have to replace that data. How to do that? So for that in our programming we have a factor as a function. Okay, so we have to write this. I have to access a particular column. So I'm accessing the nation as a column. So I can use data set dollar nation. I think I've written N as a capital. So I'm writing the same nation is equals to. Now I have to use, if I have to write a factor function. So factor function is performing replacing the categorical data with numerical codes, okay, which converts a text data into numerical codes. So factor I have to write, then I have to write a data column. So my data column is same nation. So data set of dollar nation. Okay, so I'm accessing this data set. Next one is a label. Okay, label means what? So data categories. So India is category, Russia is category. Okay, so these are my labels: India, Russia, China, that I have to write here. So I have to use that as a, I am going to create a combined list. Okay, so I'm writing this. I have India also. Okay, I have one more word Russia. I have one more mode that is a China. I have one more that is Germany, I think is last. Okay, this is my last variable. Now I'm closing this, and now I have to write the replacement. Means if India comes, then with which number it will replace. So I have to write these labels. Okay, labels is equals to, I have to write again a combined list. So I can replace with 1 to, how many labels we want? 4 labels we want. So I'm writing from 1 to 4. So now this 1 to 4, I'm not closing this. So now our data set we observe this numbers. India is 1. So let's check where is India. India is 1. Yes. So it is replaced with 1. Again India comes in the fifth row. So it is replaced with a 1. So observe this. If human is trying to update, if the data set is a large, it is really tedious work. But R or Python kind of a language is helping us to replace very easily with the factor function. Okay, so it is very interesting to learn this way how to replace categorical data into a numerical data. Okay,
Man, hello.
so this way we, Harsh,
Man, why we are not using inbuilt package?
we can use that inbuilt package also, but this way is very easy for you to write in exam paper. So I'm taking this.
Okay, because
Okay,
inbuilt packages have easier way to.
this is also easy, na? It is very easy. See, I'm writing the names of labels and labels. So and my data column name. It is very easy. Now same thing with age. So I can change that to age. See, age is having yes or no only. No, purchase item is having yes or no. So that value I am going to replace with a 0 or 1. 0 I can write with a no and 1 with a yes. So I can give here yes. Okay. And sorry, no first I can write because I have written 0 first. So no comma s. Okay, so I'm using the which column name. So my column name is a purchase item. Purchase item. Same thing जे वाला था. थोड़ा वे काम है. येते मी हा. हम्म. Okay. Now this purchase item I'm replacing with okay replacing with s, no with 0, 1 with a s. So let's check. So you observe this s for 1, 0 for no. So this age is replaced with a 0101 and we are able to perform this operation very easily. Okay. Same thing like Harsh told me. So the package we can use for performing the same thing. So I'm going to show this how to split and split data into training and testing with a package. So which package we need? So we need a CA tools package. So how to import that in our R programming? In Python we are using import keyword. In R we are going to use a library keyword. Okay, so that I have to use a library and the bracket inside a bracket I have to use a library which I need to import. So CA tool is a library which help us to split a data set into training and testing. So CA tools I have used. Now I am going to decide the how. I have to give the 1 minute. So I am going to give the split. Okay. So split is equals to a 1 minute. I am going to write a sample dot split method. Okay. Sample dot split method into bracket. I am going to write my data set. Okay. Data set. Now I am going to split into true. 1 minute. I have to give the data set also. 1 minute. I'm going to give the data size also. So this is my data set. I'm going to give the according to which basis I'm going to divide the data set. Okay. So you can mention the column name. Using that column name, we can split the data. So I can give the column name as a purchase item or a nation. So I can split that as a nation if I change as a nation, or I can use a purchase item also to divide the data set. Now I can give the split ratio. That is the question of Harsh last time. Why we are dividing into 30 or 20. It is depends upon the programmer. According to that, we can mention 0.8 or 0. What data set we want to split. So this is my split data set. So now each and everything is replaced with the true, false, true, false, true, true. Okay. Now what exactly I wanted to perform? I wanted to take training set and the testing test. So here you are able to see this false are only two and all the data is a true. Okay, because I'm deciding 80 or 20%. If I change the same thing to 60%, so let's check the true values. So true values are 6 and remaining are the 40% are the false. So split function is giving the true and false to a particular item depends upon the split ratio. If it is 80%, the true are more. Okay. If 60%, according to that, true are decided. Okay. False are decided. 60% trues and remaining 40% false like this. So if
Ma'am,
I'm going to divide a training, so
hello.
now this training set, bolo, training set,
If we then pass data set directly, then what would, and we don't pass column, and also it would split.
how?
If we just pass data set and not pass column to split, then also it would split.
Okay, we can check that also. Hmm? If I'm giving the data set whole, let's check. It will work. So now it is splitting me true, false, false, true. So if I give all the columns, it will be taking in all the data set, then it will be considering whole row for the conversion purpose, true or false. So we have to divide as a, always use a specific task. It is if you give a full data set, that is a generalized way. Na? I have to give a particular column to make it is a specific. So we are dividing with the split 60%. Now if I wanted to give the training set. So now we are not yet finished. We have not get the training data set. So I have to give the training set is equals to, so I have to find the subset of the data set split. Okay, subset of a data set of split. So it will take the split part from this and give the data set which is a true. Okay, the same thing for the false. I have to use that as a testing. So now we can observe this. This is my training set, which is this part, and this is my testing phase. So it will be 60 and 30% of the data set. Okay, so we can have also the seeds. Okay, seeds, if we use the seed function, preserve the uniqueness of the split. It means that if we want to select, it is like a random state in Python. So if you learn that same thing in Python, how to split. So we are going to give the random split, means that it will take any randomly data into training and random data into testing. But the size is which we given that a 60% or 20%. If we want to set a seed, so we can observe this seed dot seed, and then we can write the seed like I can use 1 2 3. And if we write 1 2 3, it means that it will take any randomly, it will pick a random data into the training and testing purpose. Okay, so with this we learn how to split into training and testing. Okay, now last part is remaining from this, that is a scaling of a data. So we observe this scaling of a data is like this. Mask कुठे ठेवला? Okay, so we are now scaling of a data. To scale a data means what? So we observe this data set is here. So we have this data set 23, 25, 80, and this data set is having 45,000, 23,000, 54,000, 18,000. So we observe if we convert this. 1 minute, I'm going to show you here also. So if we give this 1 minute. क्यों नहीं कर रहा? ओके सो जैसे हमने ऑब्जर्व किया हाँ हाँ ठीक है सो वी ऑब्जर्व दिस इज रिप्लेस विथ 1 0 1 1 0 and 0 1 like this. Yes, so now this 0 1 0 1 is having 0 1, this is having 23, this is having 45. So what exactly here is perform? We have observed this data set is in the different kind of a scales. Data set is in a different kind of scale. So if we consider age and salary, this age and salary is having 23 is very less, 45 is very large. Okay, if we perform some operations, then it is an injustice to both the column name. Okay, it is injustice. Why I am going to tell this, because 23 is always less, so dependency on the value is always less as compared with this salary. So what we have to do, we have to convert that. It is called as a scaling the features. Okay, the scale method in R can be used to scale the features in the data sets. So how to convert that? For a scale, we have a scale function. R programming as compared 1 minute. Now we observe this, my machine get hang or get hang actually. It is not going back. Okay, now I'm going to show you a data set. Again, I have to read again, I think so. Data set into bracket, I have to use read CSV to bracket data.csv. So if I wanted to perform and identify the two variables, that is my columns. So you know, if I wanted to access a particular column, so how to access that particular column? If I wanted to access this data, that is okay. Hope you are able to see it. If my terminal, students, you able to see my terminal?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is all about. So I have again started R. This is not going ahead. So I have started this. So any you observe here. So don't confuse. We have worked with this all these things and converted also. But I have not stored in the CSV. So not able to. You are not able to see the results. Let's check. So I wanted to convert. I am going to convert this age and salary into, I wanted to scale that. Okay. First, I'm going to convert this NA. I don't think so. The function is here. Again, I need to write, or it is very boring if we wanted to write again the same function. Okay. So instead of that, I'm going to only take age in 1 minute. I'm going to remove from this and then start. Hmm. Hmm. So I'm only taking this value. Now I wanted to replace this age and salary with scale that values. Okay. So to say scale that value, I have to use data set is equals to. So I have to use this. This means that range slice. So if I wanted to, you know this. If I write here one, so what exactly the result is? India, Russia, China. Okay, it means that it is taking a first column. If I write the same thing, okay, one comma. So I told you this in the first class. Then it will take a row. Okay, so if I keep before this blank, then it will take the column. If we take first one and then blank, then it will take a row. Okay, now I wanted to take a columns. Okay, so take a columns, I wanted to use this field. Okay, which columns I wanted to take? I wanted to take third column, I wanted to take fourth column. Okay, so I'm going to write 3 colon 4. In our programming, it takes both the things. It will include, it will not exclude anything. Okay, 3 colon 4 means it will take third column as well as the fourth column. Always remember in our column start with 1. Okay, so this is nation is 1, purchase item is the second, age is third, salary is the fourth one. Okay, so now if we run this, so we observe this, we got age and salary. Okay, now we have to replace that age and salary, means we have to scale. So is equals to scale into bracket a data set, and then I'm going to write this comma 3 colon 4. Okay, this will what exactly performing? A scale function is performing a scaling operation on third and fourth column. Now if I check the data set, then you observe this age and salary's value. So now age and salary is now mapped to a particular values. Okay, so we can say this is a scaling feature of R programming. We have to use a scale function. Now I shown with a data set, but you can use with a training set or testing set. So with this we have completed cleaning of a data. We have finished with how to clean a data.
हेलो
Now if I want to perform the analysis, बोलो.
मैम, इसमें आप लोगों ने कौन सा पैकेज यूज़ किया स्केल के लिए?
स्केल के लिए कोई पैकेज नहीं यूज किया, बाय डिफॉल्ट जो होता है वही डायरेक्टली लिखा. विदाउट आई इंसर्टेड एनी लाइब्रेरी, आई यूज डायरेक्टली.
Okay, because in Python we use library.
हाँ, yes, yes. Some guys, some of the parts are similar to Python, some are different. Okay, but the task which performed by these functions are same one. Okay, now we are going for the plotting and graph. It is very interesting. So now we have our data. So how to create? 1 minute. I am going to increase the font. Control Z. That is not there. Clear is not here, no? Okay, see. Okay, so I need first wanted to create. I'm going to close and again start with the terminal, so it will be from the beginning. So now I wanted to create a data. So how to create a data? Data I have to write is equals to, now C. C is for the combined list. So I'm going to give this 30, okay, 34, 36, 78, 45, 55, 48. Any values, no? Randomly I'm giving the values without any concerns. Don't feel why I'm giving these values. Okay. So this is my data set, data 30, 40, 36, 48. So this data you observe this. Okay. Now I wanted to draw the table. How to draw a table, students? It is very easy. I told you in the last class how to draw a table. So, yes, last class, Harshal asked me about the how to sort a data. So, sort a data, I have to use a sort function, sort into bracket a data, and if I write this way, then it will be sorted in this order. Then I have to use a decreasing function. Decreasing is equals to true. then it will be giving me the results in this direction. Okay, so in decreasing order and increasing order, like this. If I write false, by default it is false, so it is not necessary to write a true or false, it is by default sorting. Okay, so I have to use a decreasing is equals to true, then data is in a descending order. Now I wanted to draw a table. So table is one form of representation of a data. So I use this table of a data. So what exactly this 1111? So if my data consists of, if this is my data, I'm going to show you this data is C. Okay. If I added one more value 23, and let's check the results table of a data. We observe this, after the 23 we have a 2. It means that the table represents the occurrences of the data in our combined list. So it occurs 23 comes twice, 30 comes once, 34 comes once, like this. All these digits comes once, but 23 comes twice. Okay, is it easy, students? Hope you are finding it is very easy, interesting. Hello, easy? Okay, so now if I wanted to write a stream is also plot. Okay, table gives a command, quick look of a table, and if I want to give the produces the stream and leaf plot. So what exactly stream and leaf plot is? If we write a stream and then into bracket a data, observe this and tell me what exactly it is returning and showing me the results. Tell me. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Ma'am, is it creating a class type something? Classes?
Okay. Okay.
Or it is categorizing the data like in 2, 4, 6 set manner?
It is categorizing the data into 2, 4, 6, 8. So it is showing me the 2. Okay, and 30 is what? 23. 3 is remaining from this. Then it will be taking 30 combinedly. Then 46 is combined. Then 5, 4, after 4 it will be taking 5, 9. Okay, combinedly. Then 5. So it is combining. I hope you are observing this. Okay, okay. 2, 30, 34, 36. So it is combining whole this into one part. Then 45, 49, 55 into one part, that is a 4. Then we don't have 6, but we have a 7. So we are taking that 7 as this one, and then 89. So what exactly it is performing, I'm going to tell you this. It will not take a separation. Okay. So this 23, okay, 23 इधर होगा. So this 23 we observe. Okay, so how it works? Okay, 2 is considered as, then it will take 4, then we are taking 6 or 8. Okay, so 2 and 3 it will combine, means that it is combining. Okay, it is combining 23, means 3 is remaining from this. Okay, 3 is remaining from this. Next, how many digits are remaining? So it is remaining 30 also comes here, 34 also comes here, and 36 also comes here. Okay, in the 40 for 4 also 45 comes here, then 49 comes here. Okay, for a, also we can have 5 because 5 is considered in a 4, so 55 is also considered here. For a 6 we don't have 6 digits, so we are considering 78 here, and for 8 we are considering here 89. Okay, but whenever there is a 4 for similar one, it will not consider. Okay, so 4, 9 like this. 3 is combined first consider, then it will be not consider after this, like this. 3, 3 is considered again, after that it will not consider. समझते का काय logic है? It will take this 3 first, then all the 3 will not consider again, like this. Result is like this. समझते का?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, it is not difficult. So like it is like this 23, 30 and 34 and 36 we are combining all together. Okay. So after 2 we have a 3. If we have again one more thing, if I write here 28, okay, if here is a 28, so it will take 2, 3, 8 here is added, not 2, 28 is added. Here it added 8 because 2, 3, 2, 8. Okay, so we consider 2 as my stem and this as a leaves. This as considered as a leaves. So 2, 3, 3, 8 is here. Now we have a 30. So now 30 is not a 2 work will not work as a stem. So we are writing 3 directly here. Then we are considering 0. Then 4 and 6 we are not considering 3, 3, 3 again. So now the digits are 0, 4 and 6 like this. If we consider this 40, then 40 is having these three numbers that 45, 49, 55. So we are taking 5 and 9. And
Ma'am,
then we have 5, 5 repeat. So 5 we consider for once.
hello.
Bolo?
No, ma'am. Oh, you have to write extra 5 at the end because 55 is a new step. 50 is a new step, ma'am.
What exactly?
50 is a new step, so we have to add 5 also as per the logic.
So we have added na logically. 5, 5 is repeated again. So always remember it will not repeat anything again
4, then how is 3 repeated,
after
ma'am?
this. Huh?
How is 3 repeated, ma'am? Then?
Because see here, see 3 is repeated because 3 is, if 3 3, okay, 1 again, here if I added 3 0 again, so it will not take 3 0 again, students.
So
So like
my
the same
question is,
thing, 5 5 comes over here.
2, we have done 2, 2 3, 23, 2 8, 28. Correct?
Hmm.
30 is a
Hmm.
new step. So we
Huh.
can say 3 is a step. So
Hmm.
3
Hmm.
is 30, 34, and 36. In
Hmm.
second
This.
case,
Hmm.
4,
Hmm.
4 5, 45, 4 9, 49.
Hmm.
So 55 should be there. One more
Huh.
time.
So 55 should be there, but it is the same digits. If we add one more digit, now see, if I added here 58 and let's check. So I'm going to store this digits. Okay. I'm
Yes, ma'am.
considering this as input. You can check. It will take then 8. It will not take 58 again. See, if
Let's.
our data set is equals to, hmm? Now if I'm going to draw stream, stream of data. Now you observe this 5 and 8 comes. It will not give 5 by 8.
In this case, what would be the stem and what would be the leaf?
Hmm?
What would be the stem and what would be the leaf?
So here when we observe this 5, 5, 8 and 5, 5. Okay. So if we write here 3, 3 also. Okay. So 3, 3 will not come again. 3 will come only.
Okay, ma'am. It is
Hmm?
still a bit ambiguous.
So I can write here data and I can also scale. Write a scale. Okay. How much scales I want. I can write here 2 scales. So it will give me this kind of results. So 2 scale means that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like this. Okay, so it will give me the more accurate results. It will create a stream with the actual data. If there is no data with a 6, it will not given any data here. If you observe this, after 6 there is no data because 6 number is not there which is started with a 6. Okay, so this is called as a stream of a data. Now how to draw hist? So to draw hist we have to use hist keyword. So it is very easy to draw hist. Hist I can write hist keyword and then a data.
Hello, ma'am.
Bolo?
And why we are not using ggplot or some kind of data library?
Yes, ggplot we can use. So it will begin with. So observe this. If I use ggplot, I have to import a library ggplot.
It would
So
be
I am showing you from the basics that. Hmm?
It would be good if you start with ggplot.
So I think you know these other things, but other students want this, as Vidya
And
ma'am said me.
I don't know any library, but just I had seen that ggplot is a library used for plotting.
No, no, it is there, but it is our programming is providing other plots directly without any library. Okay, ggplot is the similar one. I need to import a library ggplot like that.
Okay, so
So, the same thing it is, but it is we have to import a library ggplot like this.
can we do that also and see what?
We are including that also. In the last, I'm going to include a ggplot and show you how to import that ggplot also. Okay?
Okay, because there are some new arguments that it's very difficult.
Hmm. Yes, yes. So now so histogram is very easy. So I can use the data, and then there is a break. So break what I want a break in which term. So there are ST is for the surges. Okay. So these are the Scott surges and FR. So F surges means the break which used to range of a data into lower case, which we can consider ST. 1 minute. Is it possible ST to use breaks? 1 minute. So what exactly happening over here? This is my SG. Okay. If I write here SC means a Scott. So you observe this, it will be breaking with the Scott value, which is coming from directly 20 to 45, and after that 45 to this. This is a SC. If it is a frequency freedom FD, and then we observe this. So these are the words which mentioned by the who prepares this library. Okay, histogram how to create. So for this, that is a breaks. So these are the by default breaks. We can use our own breaks. So I can write here like this also. Breaks I can write here. I want a breaks from 7. So I can use this. So it will be showing me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 breaks. Okay. So if we give the 2 to 9, I can give multiple breaks also. So this is histogram. How to draw histogram? It's very easy. So
But
but we
which
observe
format
this
is
in
using?
histogram, they are giving the default values. So I can give the color also. Okay. I can give a color. So the syntax of hist is hist into bracket data, comma, color is equals to gray. Okay, color is equals to gray. Then I am going to mention x labels. X label means which is on the x axis. So I can give size. You can write any name. Next I can give y axis. So here I can mention the y axis start with which and end with which. So I can give it will start with a 0 and end with whatever you want. You can write end with a point 5. You can write like this also. You can give the frequency. Okay, frequency is equals to false. So when we give the frequency equals to false, then we are able to draw with the histogram. If we have to mention the particular frequency, then we are going to draw the plots. Okay. Is anyone observe any mistakes in my program, students?
Man,
Hmm?
false frequency, false spelling, frequency equal to false.
FALSE बरोबर लिखा ना मैंने.
Capital L.
ओके ये केल कम चलिए छुपा देते हैं. नहीं और एक
X
मिस्टेक.
label, X label, LABEL stands. If I'm not wrong, X label spelling.
No, it is a LAB only. Short form is there. XLAB. Okay. So main function is remaining. I think so. A main is equals to. I think so. I have to give main also. No.
Um, Comma
Something
is
is.
remaining. Comma.
Hmm?
Comma is remaining.
Only comma because of comma. Okay.
And
Hmm.
here also there is a difference.
Hmm. Yes, very good, students. So it is showing me it graph is in gray, so I can change the color. We want some different colors.
Why we are using, ma'am, here main?
So it is by default. Okay, main is by default. It is having no relation with anything. So it is a syntax. We can remove also. It will work. I think so. So main is a title of histogram. You can give the title or you cannot give. So I can show you if we write a title. One minute. You are calling us. So I think again it will hang. I think I need to start. Okay, I've copied also, so I can show you here. Okay, so if I write main means we can write a title of the histogram. So I can give here. So this is my title. Okay, so main is a title bar. X. This is my size. If we not mention anything, frequency equal to false, then if it will consider a density in the these directions. Okay, these are my values, which is histograms data. Data is represented here, but the value starts with a zero, so it will consider as a density. Okay,
And ma'am, how do we plot legend? We have any option to
we
plot?
can. So we can also able to add a legend also.
Ma'am, your screen has been stopped. Please restart. Hello?
Hello, Harsh.
Ma'am, your screen has been freezed.
Again it freeze. No, it is not showing anything again. I think again I need to start this. I think machine get hangs. I think so. So it is actually R is getting hangs. So this is not showing anything. So I think we can continue with 15 minutes and then we can take a break. Again we can continue. Okay. So we can take a lunch break after this.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So
Yes.
we continue this or we can take a break.
And can we take a break? Okay.
Okay. So ma'am is there. Vidya ma'am is there.
I hope. I think so, ma'am. She is there.
Okay, so we can take a break up to 12:45.
Okay, ma'am. And
Okay,
ma'am,
and then again we join and complete the remaining visualization. Okay, and with
yes,
the GG plot also.
yes, ma'am. And
Hmm.
I was also want to ask that
Hmm.
in data
What?
cleaning, sometimes we have to remove factors also. Now we don't need to remove factor. It is okay, like to convert factor data
Package?
set. In
Package?
sometimes no, in data set, in given data set,
Hmm.
if we have a data type as factor, we have to convert into string, or it is not necessary.
Facto data type.
No,
So
it is
I have to
factor.
always remember whenever we have to work with our data science, we need to convert all the values into one particular range. So we can scale that also.
Okay. And
Hmm? Convert
sometimes,
into particular numbers and then scale that.
sometimes when column names have been separated by space, do we have to change the column name also
Name is separated.
by a space? Column names, like suppose
Hmm.
total bedrooms, total
Yes.
space bedrooms.
Okay.
So
Means sometimes if some student write a answer like if I wanted to write a name of a college, so I'm
oh
writing
yeah,
with a space and then writing a Moje College like this.
yeah. So we have to
Okay.
remove that space also.
Yes,
From
yes.
column.
You are able to remove that space also. The similar way we can replace the same as we have seen with NA we replace. The same thing we can replace with a space also.
Can you show that, man, if possible, after break?
Yes, yes. I can show you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, man. Hello, Nityanand. Nityanand. Hello, hello.
Hello. Hello.
Meeting had been stopped, ma'am. Ma'am had given us a break of 45 minutes, 15 minutes, sorry.
Ma'am has completed the second unit, second assignment.
Yes, ma'am. She had to take some more plots. So she will continue after 30 minutes.
Okay, okay. She is going to resume after 30 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Fine. No problem.
Um, so can we continue after break only after 2 o'clock, till 2 o'clock? After 2 o'clock, sorry.
After 2 o'clock, you will all again join.
Maybe.
What
Yes,
ma'am
ma'am.
has said?
Ma'am
Ma'am,
had said 12
ma'am
o'clock.
said you all have to leave.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. You can join after 2 o'clock. Not a problem.
Okay.
Fine.
So you informed the
You all
ma'am.
can left students. Yes, join after 30 minutes or after 2 o'clock. No problem.
Okay.
Hmm.